back, agents. This is our last episode with the Pet Squad, so we gotta wrap this up and figure out who this Doctor Corbra girl is because she's been making a lot of trouble around here, and we gotta catch her. So we've been looking through some files and trying to figure out any clues that we can find on Doctor Corbra, and our leader Rory might have sent us something. What was it again, Andy?
Yes, Father, it was quite interesting. You see, they were doing a little cleaning around the secret lab, and Rory came across a weird flash drive. And on the flash drive, it had the deed to the building where our base is.
File with the deed for where the base is? So, if you guys don't know, our secret base is hidden in a pet store. Pretty clever, right? Clever, right? So, our leader Rory was sold the pet store by some guy, and now we can't see what his name is. Interesting. Oh, let me put in some access codes here. Let's see if we can... Oh, I found a video encrypted in the file. Let's check it out.
Now playing encrypted file. Alter this world top secret deed video. This is the story of a man who owned a pet shop. He was very proud of his shop and dreamed of passing it on to his only daughter. However, over time, he noticed that his daughter was not caring for animals in the way that he knew was best. He was faced with a difficult decision because the shop owner knew that Alter This World had a big secret. He was part of a Justice League for animals, called the Pet Squad. The pet shop owner had made it his life's mission to take down Team Muhaha, an underground league set to steal animals and use them for their own selfish gain. He built this lab, operating a pet shop by day and a pet rescue lab when needed. What the shop owner couldn't have seen coming was that his daughter joined Team Muhaha. The shop owner then created Voice Intelligence Systematic Technology Assistant, or VISTA for short. After that, he had to find someone who loved animals to take over the shop, so he sold it to Rory. The shop owner knew that Rory would be the one to continue Pet Squad 1167's legacy.
What? Wait a second. So there's more than one Pet Squad and we're a part of a Justice League of Pet Squads? Oh, this is amazing. This is the best day of my life. It's like we're in the Justice League.
Ooh, Justice League? Oh, now we're talking. I've always wanted to be like Batman. I mean, loves to live in the shadows, better than everyone else, can kick anyone's butt. Yeah, I relate to Batman.
What? If you get to be Batman, then I want to be Superman, because that would look great in a cape.
Ooh. Then if you guys be those guys, I want to be the Chef Boyardee.
Okay, first of all, there's so many things wrong about what you guys just said. None of you deserve to be those superheroes. And Hooper, Chef Boyardee is not a part of the Justice League, nor is he a superhero, really. Yeah, so no, okay. You guys are ruining this, all right? And wait a second, and then they told us also the name of the evil organization. What was its name?
I believe the name was Muhaha.
Muhaha?
Yes, Muhaha.
Muhaha. Interesting. Okay, so now we know who we're fighting, and we know we're a part of a Justice League. So, I mean, that's exciting, but we gotta figure out what Dr. Cobra's after, and I think we'll figure it out when we figure out who sold the pet store to Rory and started this whole Pet Squad thing. Okay, so, you know what, let's try, no, that's not working. I don't know, guys, you got any ideas of how we can try and break into this file? You know what? You know what I say? When all else fails, reset. Turn off, turn on. Let's just turn off the mainframe and turn it back on and see if we can reset it to its original state or something like that. I'm making things up, but hey, let's try it out. All right, so let's do this. Reset. All right, looks like it might work. All right, Vista. Access the file of the original owner of the pet store.
Access denied by unauthorized user Doctor Corbra.
Oh, come on! This lady knows everything! Oh, we're never gonna beat her. I don't deserve these glasses.
Don't give up yet, Hoopy, okay? I still got a few tricks that left on my sleeve. Alright, so clearly Dr. Cobra is behind this. And she's trying to hide this information from us. So it's definitely really important. So, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? You know what? When it comes to hacking, there's always another way around the security. So this is what we're going to do. He said that we were part of Pet Squad 1167. So, if we have Vista run a search for information on Pet Squad chapter 1167, maybe that'll unlock something. All right, Vista, run a search for chapter 1167 and bring up anything that you find.
Searching the web for Pet Squad 1167. Pet Squad, Chapter 1167, was founded on the life of David from 1 Samuel 16:7. David was a man after God's heart, and every member of Pet Squad Chapter 1167 is a person after God's heart. Chapter 1167 was founded by Mr. Roger McGuire, owner of Otter This World Pet Shop. Mr. McGuire intended for Rory Lionel Raven to take over Pet Squad 1167 and stop evil once and for all.
Wow, so that means that Rory was selected for having the heart of David, and that's everything that we've been learning about. And I guess any agents who work for Rory also have the hearts of David. So I'm pretty proud of us, guys. We've been doing really good over this past week. All right, you know what? Show us more of David's legacy. Let's learn a little bit more about David and what it means to have a heart like him. Vista, bring it up.
Now playing David's Legacy beginning from 1 Samuel 16:7.
David had a heart after God and lived his life in a humble way as he served and obeyed God. David was brave when he defeated Goliath. He respected King Saul even though Saul was a bad king, and David knew how important it was to repent when he did wrong things. God saw David's heart when he was a young boy taking care of his sheep, and also as he grew to be a mighty leader of God's people. When David had brought the Ark of God to Jerusalem, it was just sitting in a tent outside of David's palace. David knew this wasn't right. It needed a special place of its own, not just a tent. So he came up with plans to build a big house just for the Ark of God. It was going to be a big, beautiful temple. When David told his friend Nathan about what he had planned, he was so excited. But later that night, God told Nathan, "I don't need David to build a house for the Ark. It has traveled this far without a home and has been fine. Someone else will build this house. David's son will continue to lead the people of Israel after David is gone, and that is who will build the house." Then God told Nathan to go and tell David everything he had said. When David heard that God said no to his desire to build the temple, he didn't get mad at God or try to build the temple anyways. David knew God's heart was to give him good things, even though God didn't give him what he wanted. So David obeyed God and went to pray. He told God how amazed he was at everything God had done. David thanked God for all the promises he had made for him and his family. Having a heart after God, like David, doesn't mean you'll always do everything right. It just means you have a heart to obey him in every opportunity you are given. A heart after God obeys.
Whoa, and I thought I was a good boy for sitting when you tell me to, but that guy really knows how to obey.
That's right, Hoopy. Isn't it amazing? That's everything we've been learning about. That God only cares about what's going on the inside. That's what matters the most to God. What's going on in our hearts. And that's why David was able to do such amazing things through God, because he had a heart that followed him. Now, it didn't mean that David was perfect, because we learned about last week. We learned last week all about how David messed up, but he still had a heart after God and he repented. And we learned today about another example of how David's heart helped him obey what God wanted him to do. You see, everything that we've been talking about all boils down to what we learned about today, and that's obeying God. And the sooner we learn that we need to obey God in the best way we can, and as soon as we can, the better our life will be. because David learned that at an early age. And look at how much God blessed him. Look at how much he was able to do through him. He was able to defeat giants, survive a king trying to kill him, become king himself, and give God all the glory. Even though David wasn't perfect, even though he didn't do everything right, he still obeyed God with everything he had and every opportunity he could. He did his very best because he loves God, and his heart was to obey his word and do what God wanted him to do. And that's how we become great followers of God and great secret agents. That's why our boss Rory was selected to run this entire pet squad. That's why we were chosen to become part of the pet squad. We needed to have hearts like God. And that's what all this training has been about. Becoming as much like David as we possibly could. Man, that is so exciting. I feel like I'm so much more ready to become a great agent and a great follower of God than I ever was before. Whew, man, this is exciting. So, now that we know that to be like David, to have a heart after God, is to obey God and his word. All right, let's try and figure out the rest of this mystery. So, the last name of the owner was McGuire. Why does that sound so familiar? The only person I know with the last name McGuire was... Wait a second. You guys remember that veterinarian who we dropped off all those dogs at to get cleaned up? Her last name was McGuire. You don't think...
Incoming video message from Dr. Corbra.
Well, well, well. I see your congratulations is in order. You've figured it out. It is I, Dr. Kip McGuire, who should be running Out of This World Pet Shop. If my father wouldn't leave the shop in my care, I vowed to fight his well-meaning efforts with my own work for evil. I was determined to take back the lab meant for good and turn it, along with Vista, into my own evil lair. Until you two stepped in. I'm sure you think now that you know my identity that you'll catch me. I've left town though, and I'm on the run. Catch me if you can.
Oh man, that was Dr. Kim McGuire, the veterinarian who was helping us. Oh man, she had us fooled this entire time. Oh, well, at least now we know she is and she's on the run so we can catch her. All right, you guys, you know the drill. You got to go up there and help out Rory, get a head start. I got to stay with the agents and make sure that they get our need to know. All right, so, guys, our need to know is a heart after God obeys. So when I say a heart, I want you to put your hand on your heart. When I say after God, I want you to point up. When I say obeys, I want you to give me a nice salute like a good soldier. All right, so, ready? Put it up for you guys right now. A heart after God obeys. A heart after God obeys. All right, guys, so since you guys are stuck in the house, we're going to go on our mission. But what I want you guys to do is I want you to have a heart after God and worship him for just a little bit. And then I will see you guys tomorrow. Unfortunately, this is our last mission in the pet squad because since Dr. Cobra's in the wind, we'll definitely catch her. And we got to move on to bigger and better adventures. So that's it for the pet squad. And I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
With all my heart and soul, with all my mind and strength, will you show me, God, to love like you love me, so all the world will see. When things don't go my way, I'll talk to you, hear what you say, that's what I do. That's loving you. Trust that you'll turn it around, that's what I do. That's loving you. I will love you, God, with all my heart and soul, with all my mind and strength. Will you show me, God, to love like you love me, so all the world will see? I will love you, God, with all my heart and soul, with all my mind and strength. Will you show me, God, to love like you love me, so all the world will see?